What we're looking for is keywords, okay? So only calculators out at this stage, okay? And okay. So keywords is, do you see the word area? And you see the word triangle. What formula do you think I should look for? What formula should I look for? Area of a triangle formula, yeah? And it has to be involve some sort of angle. So I go to my notes and I go, okay, no hassle. A half AB sine C. Is that okay? Now remember I told you how this works yesterday. It's the two sides and the angle that's in between. So what angle are we going to use, guys? According to our triangle, what are we using? We're using sine A. Okay. J. What are going to be A and B? 15 and 10, yeah? And the answer is 51, isn't it? What type of question is this? Is it a get the area question? Is it get the length question? Or is it get the angle question? It's an angle question, yeah? So if it is an angle question, I think your job is to get sine on its own. So here's what you're going to do. You're going to leave the sine where it is. You're going to put the blue part into your calculator and figure out what number that is. So do that first. Put the blue part into your calculator, figure out what number it is. I was thinking 75. Half of 15 multiplied by 10. 75, yeah. Okay, we'll have a look in a second, right? Are you happy that that's 75? Now, is the sine on its own? So, who's stopping sine being on its own? So, where do I put the 75? Where? Beside it? Or, yeah, well, you have to tell me which one is it? It is under, yeah, because if it's multiplication on the left, and I think I've said this a couple of hundred times at this stage, what's the only way an angle question ends? Shift sine or shift cos. So shift sine that. Only angle questions. Only ever angle questions are you going to do that. What does the yellow part? Sorry, what does the blue part mean? YZ is 15. It just means that blue part down there, doesn't it? And then what's this yellow part mean? The angle X, Y, W. I think it just means that part there. Do you get what I'm saying? It's almost like you don't even need that, do you? Because it's already put in. It's already in the diagram already. So this angle YZW is that one there. And WXY, what's WXY? Yeah, and that's that part down here. See the 90 degrees? So all that extra writing on top, it's already in the diagram, so it doesn't actually affect us. So in a way, when you're doing a question like this, if you're getting a bit confused by the all the writing and stuff, well, you're going, well, look, most of that is, I'm essentially looking at this part. Okay, so what's the first question asking? W2, Y. We call this, Y, sorry. We'll call this X. Now, here, we already have an X, I need another one. I'll just call it M, is that okay? M. Now, which triangle has more information? The one on the left or the one on the right? I think the one on the right actually has more information. Now, let's try and get as much information as we can. What do you think this angle is? 120. Nearly. You're on the right idea though. 140. Okay, it is 140. So we'll put in 140 there. And what about the this angle up here? This green, this red angle up here. You think it's 20? Why do you think it's 20? Yeah. All right. We might. It's an isosceles triangle then, isn't it? Do you know what I mean by isosceles triangle? If both the angles are the same, then the lengths are the same. This answer is going to be 15, but even if we didn't get that, what we'll do is we'll do the sine rule, will we? Who's fighting 15? So 15 over sine 20. And then who's fighting the other 20? What? M. But you can see how it's obvious here, can't you? 15 is 15. Sine is sine. M must be 20. But if you didn't want to do it that way, what do we normally do? We get sine M on its own. So how are you going to do that? How do you get sine M on its own? It's division on the right, which means, so 15 sine M, yeah. The sine 20, division on the left. What? Multiplication on the right. Is sine M on its own? So what do I do with the 15? Put it under. So it's 15 sine 20 over 15. This is sort of all unnecessary, but we can still do it. So what happens when you throw it in the calculator? Before that though, just throw it all in first. 342. Sine inverse that then, and you get your angle. Oh, guys, I messed up. So sorry, I've completely messed up this question. My fault. I'm silly. Sorry, completely messed it all up. I'm so silly. Here's the problem. We're looking for the length, aren't we? This was never, ever, ever an angle question. My fault. M is fighting 20. They have a common denominator, don't they? So the answer is M is 15. It's what we had earlier. Sorry, my fault. I don't know what I was thinking. It's an isosceles triangle. It's going to be 15 because they're both the same angle. All right. How'd you get WX? Which one's WX, guys? See the second question, WX? So what do we do for that? Which triangle does it belong in? So we pick another letter that's not in use. Your choice. P. Okay. Who's P fighting? P over sine 40. Who's fighting 15? 90. You're nearly done now. You're going to be done in a second. See the sine 40, where will I bring it? Yeah. Should the answer be bigger than 15 or smaller than 15? Why should it be smaller? It looks it by eyesight, doesn't it? Yeah. Go on. What you get, guys? Yeah, sorry, I got confused with that. 9.64, so just 9.6. Does anybody know what... Dear God. Does anybody know what these two lines mean? See right there, it's done twice. Does anybody know what that means? It means they're equal. Okay? And if they're equal, do you know what that means? See those two black angles? They're also equal. Because they have to fight an equal opponents. So the black angle has to fight a length, and the other black angle has to fight the same length. So that means they also have to be the same size. An angle looking at a length has to be the same. Yeah, and BG is ahead of us all there. He realized that 40 is already gone. So he did 180 take away 40 is 140. And then what do you do there? Yeah, and then you get two 70s. Okay, now what's the goal of the first question? That's like just a bit of prep work before we start cooking. Find PR. So what letter would you like to use? Your choice? We'll use X. Okay. Who's X fighting? So X over. Okay. Who's 40 fighting? So what do I write down? Over. No, no, it's not 70 who's fighting 15. 40. All right, into the. Okay. So I think what we decided to do was the sine 70 needed to move, and it's division on the left, which made it multiplication on the right. Threw all that in, and we got x is 21.9. Now, believe it or not, we lost a mark. Can anybody explain why we lost a mark? Yeah, I need to round that. So that's really disappointing if you do a question completely right, but you just don't reread the question at the end to give them exactly what they were looking for. So just gotta be aware of that. Is that okay? Okay. Now, S is a point on the line QR such that RS is 10. Find PS. Okay. It wants me to find PS. Okie dokie. Would you all agree I have to use the triangle on the right, don't I? So, are we all in agreement that I have to use this triangle? Okay. The next thing I need to find out about this triangle is, I think we all know that's 70, don't we? So what does that make this one here? 110, okay. What length is this one here? We calculated it earlier. 22, okay. Okie dokie. And it wants me to find the length of P to S, yeah? Pick a letter that's not in use. Maybe A. Small a do the job. Okay. First thing, we always try the sine rule, don't we? Who's fighting 110? So 110 over sine A. Who's fighting 22? 22 is fighting. Oh, sorry, the length of 22. It's a length of 22 is fighting this angle here. But what's the issue? We don't know the size of that angle. So I don't think the sine rule is going to work for us. If the sine rule doesn't work, what's option B? Cosine rule? Where would you find the cosine rule? Just in your tables, yeah? And here's your cosine rule. Okay, Jay, are you with me? Okay, we're using the cosine rule for this question here. So who's A fighting? A length fights an angle. So what angle is it fighting? Anybody else help him out? It's fighting 110. So that's A squared on the left. Big A therefore has to be 110. And what about B and C, Jay? What do you reckon? 22 and 10. And this is what type of question is this? Length or angle? It's a length question, isn't it? Because we're finding the length of P to S, which we're calling A. So throw it all into the calculator. Maybe it's rounded off differently, so that can happen sometimes. What was the answer to this before you square rooted it? 408. Did you round it off to 0.5 or something like that? Yeah. So that's the difference. Keep like maybe 3 decimals and then. So what came after the 8? You know, another 8. Yeah. So just call it 488 and then square root that number, and you get slightly more accurate then. If you keep the 3 decimals, I realistically think neither one of you has lost much marks there of anything. It's just sometimes if you round it off too much early on in the question, you'll get different answers. What? 27.17. And it probably wants it to the... Oh, nearest centimetre. Guys, you both would have got the same answer anyway. Because you both would have rounded it off to